Yes.
Come on.
Hello, Frvr.
It is good to see you. Welcome to our first online Frvr.
Yes.
Can you believe it?
Oh my goodness. It is the first Friday of the month, Matthew.
It is, it's the 3rd of April. It is Sophie Wynn and Logan Ross's birthday. Happy birthday, guys.
Happy birthday. Shout out to you guys. You guys are ace. Well, welcome to wherever you are from this evening. Obviously, my name is Nick, and I nearly said Matt then. Matt.
No, you're Nick, I'm Matt.
You're Matt.
Yeah.
You could call us Ant and Deck as well, but Nick and Matt is just fine.
Generally.
Yeah, Frvr.
Yeah. Loads of youth ministries here tonight. It's good.
Yeah, great to see everybody.
Just have a look at the chat. Jackie Elliott thinks you look very smart, mate. They're straight in.
Thanks,
Come
Mum.
on.
Thanks, Mum. Always my biggest fan.
Evie Payton, it's your mum's birthday too. Hope you've been treating her well.
Oh yeah,
it's good.
Well, Frvr, Matt. If no one's been to a Frvr before, what is it?
Frvr is amazing. I love Frvr because what Frvr is all about, it's about youth ministries from across Lincolnshire coming together.
Yeah.
Worshipping God, telling people about the kingdom. And what I love is that it doesn't matter what church you're from or what you think or what you believe, all those sort of things. We come together in unity under one God, knowing who Jesus is, and actually it's always just great fun. And you know what? God moves when there's unity, and we've seen that forever over the last few years, haven't we?
Yeah, and we do loads of cool stuff every month. I'm really missing this week, Matt, my favourite part of Frvr, which is where I get up off of the sofa and go and talk to everybody and find out who. So if you're new, I want to know who you are, where you're from. I can see my dad commenting. We've got some stories about Brian. I'll tell you them later.
I can see the Storehouse from Skegness there in tonight.
Yes, we've got big shout out Johnny and Rachel.
We've got Life Church connecting with us. Obviously, we've got some locations from Alive, which is great as well.
Come on. Well, Frvr, mate. Frvr. We
keep saying forever.
Should we just do this forever?
Forever and ever and ever.
This live stream is never going to end.
Yeah, the thing is that I feel like that's how the internet feels right now. Like the content on the internet is just like never ending at the moment. Like, I don't know how you guys are, but we feel like you go onto Instagram or YouTube and just everybody and anybody and their aunt and their dog is uploading content. And sometimes it's people that like us that really shouldn't be uploading content to YouTube.
Absolutely.
But they're trying it, and we're part of that. But it's some of it's good, some of it's a bit interesting, but it's how it is. We'll talk a little bit about the internet later, won't we? But Nick, mate, what's been your highlight of this week, mate? Okay.
Well, talking of Brian, I can see Brian just being shouted at in the comments. I called my dad. So if you've tuned in for the very first time, Brian is my dad. And Brian, if you're watching, big love, and to Mum and to all the other family. Matt, how did you get your haircut?
I haven't. My last haircut was just before quarantine. So the school I work at, there's a barber's right next to it, and they are decent. And they always give me a discount as well because some of their kids go to the school. So like the Friday before this all happened, I got like a little skin fade. So it's been like 2-3 weeks maybe. I don't know.
Wow.
So there you go, Brian.
What was I saying? Highlight.
You're talking about your dad.
So Dad texted me this week. And he said, Nick, a parcel has arrived for you at our house, which is about 170 something miles away. So it's a long way away. And so I was thinking, I haven't ordered anything. That's a bit strange. So I said, open it, fine. Dad then clicks onto WhatsApp and hits the video button, thinking that he's going to take a video of him opening it for me and then send me the video.
So you didn't understand what it was.
That was the video chat icon. So it's like FaceTime. So he hits that and then starts like videoing something, and all I can see is chin.
Because that makes a phone call, doesn't it? That makes a video call, not actually
record a video. Yeah. So then Dad starts videoing himself, and then I go, hello? And he's going, oh, I didn't realise you were on. How's that happened? Then he puts the phone to his ear, thinking that it's a phone call. And so I just see black because it's right in his ear hole. And
wait, so you just carried on the conversation?
Yeah.
You didn't even realise that?
No, because I just thought, the screen's just gone black. I don't have a clue because I didn't see him pick it up. So yeah, Dad's just like talking to me. He's like, yeah, oh, it looks like it's some sort of bubbly thing, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what that could be. And then he's on the phone still.
Bubbly thing.
Yeah, turned out to be a book.
Bubbly thing.
Yeah, he was feeling the bubble wrap around the book. So good one for that, Dad. But yeah, so I was on FaceTime to him, and he was holding it to his ear like it was a phone call. And then Mum came over. I'm like, what are you doing? And then he goes, oh, I'm just on the phone to Nick. And then Mum's face appeared, and Mum went, that's a video call.
Brilliant.
So yeah.
What's the conclusion with the book, though?
The conclusion was it was a book that I ordered for Dad for his birthday.
Oh, that's nice.
In advance, and now I don't need to wrap it. So
he's got his present early.
Yeah.
Was it a good book, Brian?
It was.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking Brian.
Sorry.
Brilliant. Okay. Great.
Yeah, Matt, tell me about your week. Any highlights for you apart from video calls with your dad?
Yeah, I've not a video call with my dad this week, so maybe I'll try that next week. But a couple of things have been really cool for me this week. I was in school Monday and Tuesday, and obviously there's less students in because we're just there for key workers' children.
Yeah.
And so we're not really teaching, but we are doing a bit of stuff. And I was doing some programming, but just literally with one kid. I won't say who it is or where, but we were doing programming. And then I don't know if you know, but you heard of bee-bots? So they're essentially like little robots that look like bees that you can program in. And essentially what me and this kid did is we created a massive obstacle course. Like we were putting chairs in, we were using trolleys, we were using people, and it kept us interested for about 2 hours, just creating this massive bee-bot maze. So it was pretty cool. And the irony of it is I've been a primary school teacher for like 6 or something years, something like that, 6, 7 years.
Plus 10.
No. And I have never been able to understand bee-bots before. And just an afternoon playing with them, and I understand it now, which is great.
There we go.
My other big highlight, I don't know if you've seen this as much as well, but I am hearing story after story of people just doing nice things for other people. Going out and like doing the shopping for them and doing other stuff like that. And I just love that people are coming together and supporting each other and doing that stuff. I mean, I absolutely love that. So that's been like my highlight, just seeing those stories.
Someone dropped a massive bottle of Dr. Pepper around with a note on for you, right?
Yeah, that was real sweet. So I think I know who it was, but I haven't said anything to them or anything. But it's really kind. Yeah, they dropped off a 3-litre of Dr. Pepper and just left it there, which was cool. A little note saying thanks for what we're doing that. And the irony of it is I've given up Dr. Pepper for Lent, so I can't actually drink it until the end of the week, but end of next week. But I am really excited. You're
gonna like pour it on yourself.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait for that to happen. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be real good. Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Great. Internet this week, talking of the internet.
Yeah.
You've seen lots of people doing some fun things. I've seen this week an epic video, and it was this guy who was on this giant boat, and he was on the top deck of this huge boat, and then he had this baseball, and there was this speedboat coming from another direction, and he shouted to the guy, "Catch!" He's launched this baseball, and the guy's just caught it, and I'm like, this is sick.
That is
like
pretty cool.
Unbelievable. And I've also seen some videos of the toilet roll challenge. Remember us doing that a few weeks ago?
Yes, yeah.
So the keep uppies with the toilet roll. I've seen some very funny fail videos that aren't to be repeated on purpose, but are to be laughed
at. If they happen by accident, who knows, right?
So I saw this dad doing some keep uppies, and he's got this like really tiny child who just jumps off the bed and like is running around.
Yeah.
He like misses one of his kicks and kicks this kid straight in the head.
Wait, so it's not he doesn't kick the loo roll at the kid. He physically kicks the kid.
So he goes to kick the toilet roll again, and he accidentally smashes the kid, and the kid just hits the floor. Yeah, just like a very funny video.
Parenting 101.
Yeah. Oh well. I mean, they'll be all right.
Brilliant.
They'll be all right.
Just to talk about the internet. Look, this is going to be a bit weird. So I've had to get my phone out. The comments on our screen have stopped working.
Oh,
but what I've done is I've got them up on my phone. So there's like Inception.
We're watching
YouTube
ourselves.
Inception. Yeah. No, it's a couple of seconds behind. So I've still got
Have we got any?
I can see the comments now. Giant boat, that's a ship from your dad. Dr. Pepper is so misunderstood. Is that your sister?
Yeah.
This is literally just. Look, if anyone is like ripping on Dr. Pepper, you're crazy. First of all, it's literally made of pure joy. Yeah, I love it. But another thing that's been really cool, we want to just highlight to you guys about the internet is hopefully some of you will remember the Promise conference from last year, which was designed for teenage girls in Lincolnshire. You're lost in the comments.
Yeah, you carry on.
Lost in the comments. Well, but you were there, right, Nick? You enjoyed it.
Yeah,
you liked the Promise conference.
Some of the youth team led some worship.
Yeah, I was presenting it. It was a really good conference, and what I love is on the internet now, on their Instagram, they have started to put out videos and posts every day to keep people inspired, keep people connected, which I think is really cool. And we know that the Promise Conference is amazing, so we know we can trust that it's really good content, probably better than all the nonsense we say sometimes.
Yep.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm liking that. My other thing that I've loved is I'm not going to say much about it, but I think if you've heard the reputation of boring James Milner, just go on the internet. Go on the internet and just find things about James Milner, and it will absolutely change your life.
Yeah. We've also seen a couple of our youth team do the food challenge that we set them last week.
Come on.
So big shout out to Ricky and to Tom Wilson. We've seen you eating something disgusting this week.
Was it gravy? And I think Tom ate dog food, which is great. A dog biscuit.
Dog treat. Brian has also done the challenge, guys.
Come on.
And I'm going to release the video after this live stream, so you can all laugh your heads off.
It's self-edited. It's so good.
It is amazing. So Brian, thank you for sending that in. Yeah. You're going to put smiles on lots of people's faces with that.
I tell you what, though, Nick, me and you have done it. Some of our team have done it. Shout out to Caleb Hort and Beth Jenkinson because they've done it. Not seeing enough people though.
No.
Consider this your challenge. You are being called out. Yeah. Oh, that's a nice way of saying it. This is your invitation.
This is your invitation.
This is Nick saying you need to do it. So this week we want to see more of you guys on Instagram, on Twitter, if that's a thing people still use, on Facebook, and sending it in with the hashtag Eat Something Strange in 30 seconds. Tag some more friends and start eating some strange things.
Absolutely.
So Nick, have you brought anything interesting in with you today? Any props or mascots, things like that?
Well, I bought one thing. Right. So my full-time job here is a youth pastor, but I also am a silent assassin as well. I'm not really.
I like how you're a silent assassin, not just an assassin.
It's because I'm quiet about it.
I feel like you need to be an assassin.
I've got some targets that I went on a friend's stag party,
right?
And we went air rifle shooting a while ago.
Very good.
And it was great fun. I was with one of my good friends, Ben Murray. If Ellie or Olivia's watching, he's one of my best friends, and we hang out a lot.
Nick wishes he was his best friend.
Ben, big love, mate. This is the first one. Didn't go too well, as you can see.
Not so good.
The next one got better. Look at that.
To be fair, mate, if you'd done one more, it would have looked like another eye. It would have looked like a face.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But then this one, I think, smashes the lot. Look at that. 4 in the 10 and 1 in the 9.
A church or a unity movement of youth ministries that we should be promoting shooting. I mean, we're not American after all.
Listen, don't know if you said that, but fine.
Just did.
If coronavirus was a zombie apocalypse, you'd be safe hands with me.
But you don't have a BB gun at home.
Oh, true. Well, if
metaphorically be good,
I could pull something together.
Brilliant. Okay.
Matt, have you bought anything?
Yeah, well, to be fair, I brought. Look, I brought a baseball bat with me.
What the heck?
Well, this was bought for me when I was a kid by my godfather, who lives in America, and so this would be actually useful during the zombie apocalypse. But I brought it because I thought tonight during our show we'd knock it out of the park.
Oh, man. Brilliant. Your dad jokes are terrible.
You love it. It's fallen over.
The bat's fallen over.
I bought a few other things.
Yeah, you have bought a lot in with you this week.
There's a spanner in the works.
Where's brilliant? Any more dad jokes for us, mate?
No, I have brought. I mean, you literally threw a an apple at me last week, and I feel like the high vis jackets didn't quite do the job. So I actually brought like a full-on first aid kit this week, just in case.
It might get out of hand.
I'm expecting it to. It's what we usually go for.
As normal. Okay.
I also I brought something because I just know that you love to play fetch, mate. So I bought.
Yes.
I thought you'd follow it. But yeah, well, brilliant. So I thought we'd maybe do something with this in a little while, if there's room for or time for that even. Sorry.
Yeah, I love that.
Who knows? But should we start with our first feature of the night?
I think so.
Great stuff.
Now at Frvr, we normally do a consistent feature every week, don't we? It would be dishonouring, I think, to not do it just because we can't gather.
This is Frvr. We've got to do it, right?
We've got to do it. So we're going to call Miles Russell. So a feature that we do every time at Frvr is called Go the Extra Miles.
Come on. I feel like you need to do the soundtrack for it. You do it.
Go the extra miles. Ah!
It's good, man.
That was good, right?
I appreciate it.
So, Go the Extra Miles is a challenge that Miles sets me or Matt or some young people.
Yeah, young people usually, isn't it?
And they basically have to try and beat Miles at a challenge or do something funny or silly
or horrific
against Miles.
Yeah.
Now, Miles can't be with us. He's
not
still alive.
Physically.
He's alive.
Yeah.
But he can't be here.
Yeah.
So we're going to call him.
Yeah, is that our sign for you? We're going to call him. Now, I have to FaceTime audio call him because Miles lives in a farm in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Has anyone heard of North Skyle? No, of course you haven't. So let's see if he answers.
Okay, call him.
I really hope he answers.
Let's put that bit closer over there so people can hear.
Let's put it just in the cup.
Not that.
Where? Here, Miles?
Hello, Miles.
Hello?
Miles. Can you hear us all right, mate?
I can indeed hear you well.
Great.
Good.
Welcome to Frvr.
Come on. We are live on our Friday night live stream.
Have you been watching?
I have been watching.
Great.
It's been good so far. Loving the suits.
Good, thanks.
Thank you very much.
We thought that we would continue what we normally do at Frvr and do one of your features. So have you got anything for us this week? Have you thought about it or?
Well, yeah, I have thought about it. I think you guys should have received something from me earlier this week, right?
Nick, it's true. Sorry, I haven't told you this, but yeah, Miles has left us a bag of goodies that might have something in. Miles, whilst I'm just grabbing that bag of goodies, just tell us a little bit, how's your lockdown going? How have you been?
Lockdown's been great, mate. Never an excuse not to go the extra miles, let's be fair. And that's not just the amount of hair that's growing after not getting a haircut early enough.
Brilliant.
Talking of hair,
look at that.
What do we think, guys? Should I keep it or shave it?
I don't think it matters.
Okay.
It's not really there, is it?
Hey.
Okay. Sorry, mate. Okay, Miles, I've got the stuff ready. I put it on either side. So do you want to tell us what is the task tonight? Do you want to start? There's a task each, I believe. So do you want to start with Nick and tell us what is his task for Go the Extra Mile tonight?
Yeah. So Nick, I heard a rumor from a lot of people that you actually really like dry food. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, I have this weird thing where I don't eat my food with any like sauces. So I don't eat ketchup or barbecue sauce or anything like that. People say it's weird. They can say whatever they want. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get the comments up. We've lost the comments.
Yeah, okay, stop faffing around.
Okay.
So don't eat any ketchup or anything like that. Stop fiddling!
Just turned it off so you didn't mess with it.
Honestly, you're like a child. You literally are like a child.
I mean, if I threw the tennis ball, you'd go.
Well, says me, who doesn't eat any sauces. Well, a fussy eater. So people take the mick and say that I like my food dry, but it's not actually true. I just don't like sauces, so come at me.
Well, you also say you're like allergic to things like hot sauce and marshmallows.
I'm actually allergic to marshmallows. Mum,
Brian, Mum, is he allergic to hot? He says hot sauce he's allergic to. What else have you said? Yeah, marshmallows. Garlic, you said.
No, I haven't.
Don't know. Any excuse not to. You tried to get away with bananas last week. I don't know. So what is it you've got for him tonight, then, Miles?
Well, we haven't gone with any of those allergies because health and safety.
Brilliant. You've got first aid kit. Fine.
You've never said you're allergic to it. Should be fine. We've got a nice bit of foul for you, mate. That's dry food.
Is that flour?
Say that again.
Flour, mate.
Oh, you've actually you dropped that off to Matt earlier.
It's a bag of flour, mate.
Yeah, bag of flour, mate.
Is that
Do you remember
what-
your spoon?
Yeah, is that why you texted me and told me to bring a spoon?
Yeah, we've got a spoon.
Yeah.
So I've got. Oh gosh.
So how many?
Wait, why are you're not spooning it in?
No, I'm not going to spoon it. I'm just going to get the spoonful and then give it to you.
Okay.
How many spoonfuls does he have to put in his mouth?
You know what? I feel like one's not enough. So should we go for 2?
Are you joking?
2's good, I think. I don't want to feed this to you, Miles.
Who's Miles?
He's Miles. You're Nick.
Okay.
Do you want to take the spoon and then wait?
What?
He doesn't have to swallow, right? You just got to get it in your mouth.
I mean, you can try and swallow it.
Probably best not. Just get it in your mouth and then get like a close up, maybe.
But like, it's gonna. I think I've done this before and it's not gone well.
Cool.
Okay, count me down.
3, 2, 1. Go the extra miles. Wait, careful, laptop. Take a mouthful, mate.
Mate, I can't do that. All my teeth are stuck together.
Can you get a close up of your tears?
My teeth are stuck together. That is minging. It's all over my laptop. I don't know what to do.
So there's a box there.
I don't know what to do.
Celebrations box. This is good TV. Right, I'm going to try and show you. Oh my gosh. Oh, Nick. You right, mate?
Yeah,
You okay?
that bin stinks. By the way,
Crazy times.
I've been working from home today, so I thought I'd just keep my trackies on.
There's your laptop, mate. You might want to
Oh,
clear
gosh.
that quick.
And I've
Things
got
that I do with
I've got my
flour.
slippers on
Miles.
as well.
Brilliant, yeah.
Oh,
Slippers,
Miles,
slippers, haven't you?
that is minging.
That is pretty terrible. This is a lot, mate. You've wasted. I mean, you've not even had half a mouthful. You've thrown most on the floor.
Honestly, mate, try it.
Well, I don't know what my task is. Should we? You okay?
No, it's all in my teeth.
Just come right in. Show that. Let's get real close, mate. Show them your. How you think.
I've never seen this office in such a mess. Okay.
All right, Miles. Nick, you okay? Ready to carry on?
So
Brilliant.
let me just get some of that flour off my keyboard.
Okay, whilst Nick's getting justifiably
Oh.
stressed about his laptop, Miles. Okay, so Nick's done that. That seemed pretty simple, mate. You seem all right.
That's minging. Like the texture of it
Just sticks
is
together, doesn't it?
absolutely minging.
All right, Miles. What have you got for me, mate?
Well,
For you, well,
Hmm.
Matt, if I was to ask you a question of what's the one food, if anything, you wouldn't ever want to eat, what would you say?
So, if it's what I think it is, there is one bit of food that I've not been able to eat since I was about 14, 15 years old, because my then youth pastor challenged me to eat as many of them in a minute, and I then puked them up, and it was just horrific. And ever since, even the smell, like once they're cut open, the smell of them can make me feel sick. If I'm like at a pub restaurant and it comes out on the plate, like Katie literally takes it from the plate for me because I'm just
that bad.
It's been a while, but I've been sick a lot because of this food. It's gonna be really silly because it's gonna seem like a really normal food, and everyone's gonna be like, Matt, what the chuff are you talking about? But the food that I would say that I really hope isn't what you put in that bag is tomatoes.
Well, it's funny you should say that.
Oh, Miles, you didn't.
It is funny.
Because, Matt, Miles dropped something around for me as well this week. Oh, he didn't just drop one, did you, Miles?
No.
You dropped around 2 tomatoes. Now, I just have to make this disclaimer. This is probably my dad's favourite food. He will eat these out the fridge like an apple.
He's crazy.
So, Brian, if you want one of these, I can post it you. It'll probably get there in June next year. But, Matt, please eat this tomato. At least take a big bite. Like, I want half of that gone. Like a big bite.
This is pathetic.
Miles, what do you think? A big bite, like half of it?
Oh, yeah, it's got to be a big bite. Full mouthful.
Yes. Matt, are you all right? Are you crying?
I'm actually not okay.
Well, let me get like a...
Yeah, this is not good TV.
Leftover from Christmas, just in case. Oh. You're really like not all right with these.
So literally, I ate like, I don't know how many it was. I ate so many in like a minute, and I literally like, I was sick for like, well, I was gonna say a week. That's obviously an exaggeration. It was like the rest of the evening.
You're gonna have to do it, mate. You've got to go the extra miles. I'm gonna count you down.
No, just.
I'm gonna count you down. This is what we do.
Can you count down from 100?
Count you down from 5. Okay. Miles, count down with me, mate.
All right.
Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go! Big bite, big bite, big bite. That's it. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Pajama bottoms. Oh my. You didn't even...
The juices. I got the juices in my mouth, and I just went. This is pathetic.
You are ridiculous. You didn't even eat it.
I didn't.
You literally didn't do anything. Okay, well. Come on, eat it.
This is not good TV.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
That is amazing. That is. I've never seen you like that before.
It's the one food. I'll eat anything else.
Wow.
I love hot food. I love spicy food. Whatever. But I just can't eat tomato.
Wow. I think that wraps up Go the Extra Miles. Miles, thanks so much for joining us, mate.
You're welcome, mate. Always love it.
We'll see you next month.
See you then.
Bye, Miles.
Bye.
Yeah, mate, I don't feel good.
That is some sort of reaction. That is.
Honestly, I don't.
Our office is going to be an absolute state by the time we can actually use it again.
Honestly, I feel
there's flour everywhere. There's eggs on the carpet.
I'm just going to get the
tomato spit in a celebrations tub. What is going on?
I'm just getting some of the comments. To be fair, like people are agreeing with me. Like do not eat the juices. Juices are disgusting. Can Matt eat ketchup? That's the weird thing, Ricky.
Yeah, right. You like.
I like ketchup. Dishes. I like ketchup. It's so weird, isn't it?
Weird.
You know when they open the celebrations and find Matt's tomatoes. Yeah. This honestly, I just.
Eat it
it's
all
crazy.
away.
It's absolutely crazy. Spicy sauce has tomato. Look, I'm not telling you. There's no rationale to it.
No, there's not.
But I just feel disgusting when it's going on.
Literally. I guess you're scarred from a past experience, though, aren't you?
Your mum's said the office needs a deep clean. Oh, Jackie, is that
feel free?
Are you volunteering?
Feel free.
We'd love that. Caitlin's asked about the water plant behind us. Yeah, I don't notice this. So this plant. So when we did the live stream one, which was 2 weeks ago, we looked around the office to try and make our office look better, and we found that plant downstairs. And obviously, no one else.
Whoa. You found the plant.
You told me to find some. You were looking around. I found that plant.
This is not me.
Whatever. And I found that plant. I brought it up. I'm like, it looked amazing that first one. And then we realised last week it started to droop, and then now it looks looks like that. Yeah. Oh, okay. Brilliant. So that probably won't make much difference, but let's find out. Oh gosh. Oh, I can still smell it. Right.
Okay.
Let's move on. And don't get back in your seat. Get back up. I've got a challenge for you.
Okay.
A new internet challenge I've seen, and it's gonna be quite difficult in this room because the roof's really low. But I know how much you love a good tennis ball, Nick. So
yeah, I do. Like, if you threw that, I would go and fetch it.
Chase it with you. Well, do you want to? You want to get on your knees for me, mate? Over there somewhere.
For the game?
For the game, not just for a laugh, yeah. Because what we're going to do is we're going to try some headers, yeah?
Oh, so, okay, so, yeah, because the roof.
Yeah, look, if you stand up,
yeah,
you're not going to be able to head it upwards, are you? What did you do with that extra tomato, by the way?
Why do you need the tomato?
Well, I don't know, just for fun.
What, should we do headers with this?
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay, let's do level 1 tennis ball.
Level 2 tomato.
tomato.
Just if it opens up, I might die. So it's just.
I don't know what's wrong with you. Okay, I'm gonna put it on
Right.
there.
All right.
Okay, so as many headers as we can
Yeah.
between us.
Feel free between you and the people you live with at home. Try this. I don't know what you're commenting. We can't see it, so let's find. Wait. 1. Nope.
You've got to header it up. Header it up.
We are failing. 1, 2, 3. I was ready to die for
Come on,
that.
we've got to get to 5. We get to 5.
No, we haven't got time.
We can go home and we
Go
get to 5.
home.
Oh, come on. Oh, 5, 6.
We'll take 6.
Okay,
Right.
level 2.
Just gonna
Tomato.
hold it as far away from me as possible. Right, I'm gonna throw this at your head. I did for a header, not like meanly.
I'm gonna say.
Right. We got 5 with the oh, if this breaks on my head, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Right, are you ready?
Yeah. Okay. Throw it to you first.
Okay. Well, it's quite hard actually.
Yeah, header it. Don't be shy. Come on, right, we need to get 3.
3, okay. 3. Brilliant. Need to be closer.
No, I'm going to headbutt you. This is ridiculous.
I should suck it off.
Okay.
Guys, don't just try with tomato.
Is this ripe, by the way? This isn't like a...
Oh no, I don't know. Miles brought
They've
them
gone
round.
off.
Probably. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it.
They're fine. They're literally fine.
Can you take that out of the room, please, Nick? Seriously.
Look at you cowering in the corner. I'm going to put it in the sick bucket. They're fine, mate. Nothing wrong with them. Oh. Okay.
Not good.
Well, there's a little stay-at-home challenge for you.
Yeah.
How
Right.
many headers with a tomato can you do?
Brilliant.
Ridiculous.
Right, in a minute, guys, we're going to go to our Q&A. We're going to do our best, look, because
Yes.
your comments are literally on my phone, so I'm going to do my best to read through them.
Have a little loot.
So if you've got some questions for us, serious or not serious, we'd love to hear them. So start commenting some questions.
Questions. Did you know, Matt? Questions is spelt Kweshchins.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is now.
Comment from Bethany Jenkinson. Nick playing it cool with the tomato, but let's not forget about that banana.
Oh, whatever, Beth. Bringing up the past.
Yeah, Nick can't make fun of Matt when he gags at every food challenge. Brilliant.
This is come on, but this is my one opportunity to take the mick out of you for a food challenge, because normally it's me. Normally I'm like throwing up before anyone's even done anything.
Yeah, look, I'm happy to admit that it's irrational. Whatever that is with mine, it's totally irrational.
It really is.
But so is all of your stuff with every food. Brilliant. Well, I tell you, whilst we're waiting for a couple of questions to come in, Nick, we got a question sent to us earlier.
Yeah.
Which was what was it? Oh, actually, no. We're going to tell you what we're going to do. Have you brought anything that means to you before the questions come in?
Oh yeah. So we did something last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
For our live youth stream, and we bought something that means a lot to us.
Yeah.
So you bought a photo of your parents. You on your godfather's shoulders.
That was for the photo challenge. The inspiration, the thing that meant to me, I brought the letter from Cy House.
Oh sure, yeah. Oh yeah.
You brought the Bible from your amazing.
So here we all are.
That's lovely.
This is a family photo.
Where's the cat?
The cat's not on there. No, not a real part of the family.
I point and you tell us who they are then.
So this is my brother Rob.
Brother Rob.
This is my sister Danielle. This is her fiance James. This is my nan Kath. My granddad Ron. My sister again. That's Brian.
That's our first official picture of Brian.
Here he is.
Great.
And the other Jackie, there she is.
That's your mum. Just
hello.
to clarify that that's who your father's holding in his arms.
Yes. So this means lots to me. My mum gave me this, I think, in my first year of university, when I came to Lincoln, probably 5 years ago, 5-6 years ago, and I stuck it up in my university bedroom and used to look at it and cry when I felt lonely. So thanks for that, Mum. Miss you all.
That's really sweet, mate. And you've kept it. That's nice.
What have you got before I cry?
Oh, well, we kind of want you to cry.
No.
Oh, do you miss your family?
Yes.
Yeah, how badly are you missing your family?
Stop it.
Who do you miss the most, Brian or Jackie?
No, we're not playing that game. We're not playing that game. What have
Do
you
you miss
bought?
them both a lot?
Yeah.
You're gonna cry?
No.
Crying is okay.
Stop
It's
it.
loud.
My mum's probably crying right now.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh, I love you too.
Your dad's comment. Jackie looks gorgeous.
And Danielle, love you, Nick. Yeah, like
oh,
Danielle,
that's
love
sweet.
you too.
Your sister really loves you, Nick.
Matt. Yes.
That's sweet.
My family like me.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
What have you bought?
Okay. So the thing I've got is I've brought my favourite book with me. This is by an author called Mitch Albom, and it's called At My Parents' House. We had a lodger living with us, a woman called Laura, who absolutely amazing family friend. She worked with my mum, so she was doing like full-time caring hours whilst being a full-time student at university. And she was amazing, and she was a really, really lovely person, really helped me when I was like, a crazy teenager. And this book was hers, and she gave it to me and said, I'll read through it. There's loads of amazing like life lessons in it, and she'd written like handwritten notes in it. And since then, she gave it to me, and you'll be able to see I've written loads of stuff in it as well. If I could recommend one book for anybody to read, whether you're a Christian, not Christian, anything, Tuesdays with Maury by Mitch Albom is the book. I've learned more from this book than anything else apart from the Bible in my life. But also, It's a really comforting book. It's a really helpful book. It's just fantastic. I know a bunch of our young people on our team have read this. So if you've read this, shout it out in the comments. And it just really means a lot to me, because not only is it a really good book, but it was given to me by a really, really good friend, someone who means a lot to me in my life.
Oh, mate, that's great.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's good, isn't it? Right.
Yeah, it's good. Okay.
So let's get to the questions.
So a bit of a Q&A. We normally do this at the end of our streams, and obviously we do something different at Frvr as well, where we normally have a bit of word and worship, but we're going to go for a little Q&A tonight, so that
Jackie Elliott.
Yeah.
I need wine now. I can't cope without you, Nick.
Need wine.
She needs wine because she can't cope without you.
Mum, you'll be fine. You've been fine for a while. You'll be fine.
Brilliant. Okay, Anna George says, Nick, are you going to cry?
No. Next question on the Q&A.
Brilliant. Are you the Blues Brothers? I don't even think, Nick, do you even know who the Blues Brothers are?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Wait, I think I've got some sunglasses.
Yeah, they're in the bag. Okay.
I think your mum commented earlier, if you had sunglasses, then would be the Blues Brothers.
Oh, I haven't got mine.
Maybe
sorry.
just one.
Someone's asked me if I'm ever going to shave my beard off.
Please do.
Probably not.
Not ever.
It has the chins, doesn't it, mate? See? Oh, here you go. Favorite Disney Plus watch at the moment. So what have we watched on Disney Plus so far? Tell you what, Lady and the Tramp was cute. The puppies in Lady and the Tramp.
I didn't watch that with you, by the way. That would have been.
Well, what did we watch? We watched Aladdin together, didn't we? With Katie as well.
Yeah, Aladdin was good.
Yeah,
Aladdin was really good.
Yeah, The Mandalorian's good if you like Star Wars. I know there's a few people. Ellis Wells has shouted that out to me. He said it's really good.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've watched on it, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I tell you what, I watched. I watched the third.
So family holiday. We were going down to somewhere like Cornwall, Devon. My dad put the Pirates of the Caribbean theme track on. And we all like hung out the window, just going "Arr!" like pirates down the motorway.
That's good.
With our seatbelts on, obviously nice and safe.
Very good.
But yeah, that was a great time. We used to have great fun on the holidays, man.
Yeah, you should.
Family holiday is on the cards.
Someone has asked, does your moustache even meet in the middle?
What do you mean? I don't know. I haven't looked that far.
I don't think it does, mate. I don't think it does.
I don't know.
I don't think it
does.
Does
yours?
Sorry.
Yours definitely does.
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah.
One day mine will.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe not. Anyway, okay. Next question is, what is your? We can both answer this one. What is your favourite Bible verse?
Okay. I think there's a passage in 1 John 4. I think it's verse 4. It says, greater is he who is in you than he who is in the world. And I love that because the whole concept of faith for me is about God being with me and his like the Holy Spirit being outworked in my life. And so what that says is that greater is the spirit who's in me than the spirit that's in the world.
That's great.
That like, and I think spirit of the world kind of like sometimes overly negative. We see in the news just like bad news stories. I know the Holy Spirit in me is good news all the time. And so, yeah, I think that's my favorite, that I know and I can be assured that the spirit in me is greater than the spirit in the world.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know if that makes sense. But
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, what about you? Have you got a favorite?
Yeah, it's thing is though, like mine's like really common in the sense of like, but then that's because the Bible's amazing. But at mine and Katie's wedding, we had 2 Bible verses as our readings, and we didn't go for like traditional like wedding readings. We went for the verses that were like that were like our favorite verses.
Yeah.
So it just so happened, and this was in 2016. I remember December 23rd, 2016, and come on, yeah, and so it was Psalm 91 was read over us, and it's
really,
yeah, and it's great.
Wow.
Obviously, that's coming full circle now and being used a lot. But for us, it was about the idea of just resting under God, and that we wanted our household, wherever we lived, whatever we did, the 2 of us, we wanted God to be the center of everything. So whoever we invited into our house, whether it was someone to live with us,
Hello.
whether it was friends, whether it was Connect Group, it always felt like this was part of God's shelter.
Wow,
And we always wanted that for our house.
That's
so
great.
Psalm 91, and then the other one was, again, we've talked about it, it's Proverbs 3:5 to 8, all about not leaning on my understanding of the world, but looking through heaven's eyes, having a godly perspective, trusting in his ways. It's always just been like a stalwart. If I do anything in my faith to keep me going, that's what I've got to do.
Well, so that verse is it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways submit to him and he will make your path straight. Right?
Exactly. So I just love all of those things. And if you want a breakdown of that, look at our podcast from last Sunday, because we talked about it in there, didn't we? So,
yeah, great.
All right, let's see if we've got a few more questions. What is your go-to fast food place? I think, can we both answer this at the same time? We can't always go there, but it is our favourite. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Five Guys.
Yeah, every time
Come on.
we can go there.
If that's on the menu, that is a choice. Now, side note, hopefully most of you will know this.
Mm-hmm.
Nick and I have got a campaign to open a Five Guys in Lincoln. Now we've
shut it down.
Yeah, we've put it on pause.
We've put everyone put that on pause.
No one's opening new stores. But as soon as everything's back to, as soon as fast foods opens, what we do is every Friday at 3:30 p.m. we Instagram and Twitter and tag Five Guys UK, telling them that they need to come to.
You tweet.
What did I say?
You Twitter.
Twitter them. Tweet them.
You don't Twitter them.
We Twitter them. We tweet them saying, get yourself to Lincoln. So guys, we want you involved. Five Guys is amazing. It's a little bit more expensive. You can't go there too often. But their milkshakes, their burgers, and their chips are the best.
Oh,
thing.
Lord.
Okay, here's one. This one. Have you guys been on mission trips? So we've both been on mission trips. I've been on a couple. You've been on a couple. Do you want to tell us about one of yours?
Yeah. So both of mine went to the same place.
Okay.
So we went to Albania, which is in kind of Eastern Europe. It's an incredible place. So I grew up. I found my faith at a church called Kerith Community Church, which is in Bracknell. Big up the Bracknell, massive.
Brilliant.
We there's about 10 of us who went out. We led a youth camp for young people out there.
Amazing.
And we just used to go out there. So the church set the camp up and used to go out there and run it themselves. And then we basically just trying to train the team up out there and equip them to lead it themselves. And so now that camp runs on their own, and they get about 180, 200 young people there every year. And so we went out there to Albania, super hot weather. There's a massive lake nearby. And we used to just do chill out, loads of games during the day, build great relationships with loads of people. Right. And then we used to do a big meeting in the evening where we used to pray for healing. We used to just pray and hear a word, have some worship, and chill out with one another.
That's great.
The highlight of those though was the Albania versus England football game every night.
Too right.
Every night. I remember crying because we lost once. I
you
cried.
love a cry, mate.
No, but this was emotional.
Brilliant.
It was.
Nice.
You said you've been on a mission trip as well?
Yeah, I've been on a few. I was really blessed to go on a few as a teenager and as an adult. My very, very first one was 2005. I went to Romania with Netelum Methodist Church.
Come on.
Big up the guys there. That was like my first like sort of experience with church. They were great. Cy Hands was my youth pastor there, and we went to the Black Forest in Romania. And we had like exactly same as you. Had an amazing time. We actually flew to Budapest, which is in Hungary.
Yeah.
Stayed a night in Hungary, which is where we ate a goat. A whole goat was brought out to the table in bits, and I ate lots.
Was it my goat?
Your goat? You want a goat?
Last week.
Oh yeah,
I told you that I had a goat.
This was a long time ago. This was
okay.
15 years ago.
As long as it's not my goat.
Yeah, so it was a long time ago. But they put the whole goat on, and I didn't ask what things were. Because like, if I ask, I won't eat it. But I know I ate some things that night. But yeah, so we went to Romania, had a great time there. I actually got baptized out in a really dirty river out there whilst we were out there. But my lasting memory of it is crazy. My Cy Hands, who we talked about, he wanted to learn Romania in the sort of the 2 weeks that we were out there. And he, like, this guy was good. He learned like loads. I managed to remember 3 phrases, and I still remember them to this day. So, Te iubesc is, this could be wrong. I think it's right. Someone fact check my Romanian. But Te iubesc is I love you, or it's actually you I love, the direct translation. And the other 2 things that I remember learning, and I don't know why I remember this, was Tuala Acapulvuk, which is your
hammer what now?
Tuala Acapulvuk, which is your head's on fire, or Muala Acapulvuk, which is my head's on fire. Don't know, I learned that one. And even weirder, wait for it, I learned this one. Arde Vegetariae. Arde Vegetariae, which I am led to believe, or I was taught when I was 14, 15 years old, means burn the witch.
Wow, that's a good mission trip.
Yeah, mate, we had a great time. We did Romania versus England football games as well.
Brilliant, mate.
The problem is, I went out with a church where, like, obviously I was quite sporty as a teenager, but there's maybe like 2 or 3 of the lads that were, and like 1 or 2 of the girls, and that was it. Whereas we were in like a massive town called Aradia, I think. That's where we were near in Romania. So like, they just smashed us every time because it was like they had like loads more players. Yeah. But it was a good laugh, good fun, learnt loads. That was amazing. A couple of years later, I went to Texas, and Jamie Stevenson was out there at the time. Yeah, so I went out to Texas. And what's really hilarious is 2 or 3, maybe even 4 years later, Katie, who was at a completely different church at the time, me and Katie didn't know each other. She went on that same mission trips to Texas and met Jamie. And obviously, so I knew Jamie from when I was a kid in Lincoln, and I'd gone out there with Alive, and then Katie went back out there with a different organisation. And we found that out years later when we met, that we've both been out on a mission trip to the same place. Brilliant. I've dropped my phone, so I'm going to see if there's some more questions for us.
Yeah, great. Well, I think we should wrap up in a minute anyway.
Great.
Matt, I've got a question for you though.
Okay.
I think so. Frvr is all about unity.
Yeah,
with me?
I'm with you.
Frvr is all about unity.
Yeah, okay.
So we're all about bringing together different groups of young people from all over the county, all over the UK. Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
And so, what is a good way that we can show unity as a group? Yeah. While we are still in social isolation.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting because like unity is about coming together, right? But we physically can't come together. But I think what we need to do, and we always need to do this actually, not just now, but we have to remember, what is it that we believe? What is it that we can agree on? What is it that sort of like, what is the creed that we can stand on? So I think whether you're from church A, church B, church whatever, actually there's some things, or not church, there's some things that we can believe and stand together in, which is loving people, bigging people up, helping each other, just being decent human beings, but also within sort of, I guess, within the youth ministry side of things, it's actually we all believe that Jesus is the Son of God, that he died for our sins, that he rose again the 3rd day, and intercedes for us, and that the Holy Spirit was sent as a gift, as part of who God is, so that we can connect with him. And I think if we can stand on sort of those things as we chat together, we comment on on a live stream, as we put things out on Instagram, things like that. Stand on those things. Be praying for the same things. I think we can show unity to the world. And obviously that brings us back to like the Psalm 91 stuff, that churches are saying that all over the country, praying that over each other every night. The fact that, the Archbishop of Canterbury has come out and held like prayer vigils, doing those things together, show the world that the church is united, that the church is for people, and is here for people. And actually, we are a light in the world at the moment. And actually, there is darkness. We don't want to talk about it too much. We don't want to get into, it's not about it being deep and dark, but actually we are the light, the salt of the earth. And actually, we can do that by being together and sharing stories, building things up. And I think the key thing is God moves when there's unity.
Yeah, it does.
God moves when there's unity. So we can do this together, supporting each other, coming under that one banner of God, and under faith. Then things can get done even with us stuck inside our four walls.
Yeah, I think another example of that is yesterday everyone went outside on their front porch and was like applauding the NHS again. Things like that. I heard a story of one of our team members actually saying that she really felt God in that moment when they were stood on their front porch applauding the NHS.
Yeah.
Because it was people coming together for the common purpose. And I just love that.
That's great.
Like, that's what we're all about. People coming together from all different parts of the world for one purpose. Just love to see that.
My sister-in-law, Georgie, hello Georgie, she is in year 7, she's 11 out in Pontefract.
Great.
She's put a little phrase on, she's put together alone, not forever alone. I quite like that. Actually, we in this feeling when we feel like we might be alone, we're not. We're together in this. And actually, let's stay in contact with our friends. Actually, your dad's just put that. Talk to your people. Talk to your friends that are outside of church. Make sure they're feeling loved as well.
Yeah.
Okay, final question then, Nick. I'm going to ask you, mate. So, we talked about a little bit about connecting with each other, but can you really quickly just give us 2 ways that if we've got faith, or maybe we're not sure about faith yet, but how we can, in our individual areas, stuck in our houses, on our walks, how can we still connect with God?
Yeah, great question. So for me, one way, the primary way that I connect with God is through prayer. Prayer was just simply a conversation between me and God. And for me, I remember my first ever prayer, and it was so simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be anything super spiritual. My first ever prayer, Matt, was when I was sat in my bedroom, on my bed in my bedroom. And I prayed that my football team would win the day after.
Oh, mate.
Right?
What a prayer.
Yeah. And the Binfield Blades, they came through the next day and we won. It was a simple thing. But I think a primary way we can connect with God is to pray. Yeah. If you've never prayed before, maybe just pray and just tell God what you're grateful for.
Yeah, man.
Such a simple way. I start my days just saying, God, I'm for you today. I'm thankful that I'm here, that you're with me, that you're for me, that I've got people around me, that I've got a network of friends and family who love me and care for me. That's how I start my days.
That's really good, man.
And second one, I think that we can connect with God through other people.
Yeah.
If you stay connected to other people who are going to cheer you on, who are going to bring you up when you need some joy, then that, I think you can see God in those other people. And so just stay connected to everybody. Really if you're feeling disconnected, reach out to someone. We're here for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Our teams are here for you. Frvr is here for you. Your youth workers, your youth pastors, your friends, that they are there for you.
Yeah.
Don't be too shy to just say, "Hey, I'm struggling at the moment. Can you be there for me?" There's a couple of ways.
That's great. I think it's really important we don't forget, putting worship as part of our life as well. One of the things that I try and do, it works for me, it works for us, because you live with me, so it works for you as well. We try and make worship the soundtrack to our life. So we're not always in congregational sung worship, right? But we've got Alexa or Spotify, and we make that the background noise, so that because worship is always positive, it's uplifting, and it's talking about who God is. So actually having that at the background to your life enables you to walk in a faithful atmosphere. And it's more difficult to be angry, or to be quick to anger or shout or be mean for no reason, all those sort of things, when worship is on. And the challenge I always say is, hey, can you make worship be 80% of the things you listen to, the 80-20 challenge.
Yeah.
And so 20% other songs, other stuff, podcasts, whatever, 80% should be worship, because there's so much good worship songs out there, isn't there, as well. So, and there's loads of playlists on Spotify and YouTube if you're struggling. Right, Nick, what have we got what have we got to look forward to? What have we got to be excited about for this week coming up, man?
Yeah, so this Sunday we've got our next podcast episode out, so make sure you tune into that. That's going to be submitted onto iTunes straight after our 10:30 service.
Yes.
So it'll be on iTunes and on SoundCloud.
Don't forget about the 10:30 service, right?
Yeah, 10:30 service on Sunday. You can tune into that for a live, which is alivechurch.org.uk.
Yeah, if you're from a different church, if you're connecting from any churches across Lincolnshire and beyond, make sure you're talking to your youth pastor, the people that look after you. Find out how and when your services are on as well.
Yeah, but if you've never tried church, this is your invitation.
Yeah, definitely.
Try it online. You don't have to go and meet awkward people. You don't have to sit in a church with people that you don't know and
sit on the back row of your house.
You can sit in your living room with a cup of tea and a bacon sandwich.
Yes, that's what we do.
You can like see what church is all about. So there's your invitation.
Right.
And we're going to be posting on our social media accounts every day.
Yeah.
With a bit of inspiration for you guys. But thanks so much for tuning in tonight. It's been absolutely fantastic. Frvr, yes. We love you. And there's nothing you can do about it. See you next week.
Oh, before we go, next week, we're not streaming on Friday next week, are we?
Thursday night stream. Tell everybody.
Exactly. And it'll be Good Friday service on the Friday.
It's going to be a good Friday.
See you later.
Big love. See you later.